What if for just a moment you could step outside your body and see reality from an entirely different perspective? Across the world, thousands of people have reported a near-death experience, something extraordinary at the edge of life itself. Vivid journeys, encounters, even a sense of peace beyond anything they have ever known. But is the landscape seen in the near-death experience a glimpse of reality? Or is it simply the brain under pressure? And here's where it gets a bit more intriguing. Centuries before research into the near-death experience, a philosopher, Emanuel Swedenborg, claimed he could explore this hidden world at will. So, what's really going on? And could understanding it change how we think about life and death? Studies have found that near-death experiences follow a remarkably consistent pattern across cultures, ages, and circumstances. Those who have come close to death, some of whom have had an awareness of a hidden realm, mostly describe similar elements. These include leaving the body, of observing events from above, of moving through darkness, sometimes along a tunnel, of encountering a bright, often welcoming light. And there is frequently a sense of peace, profound, overwhelming. A rapid review of their lives is often described, as if memories unfold all at once. They speak of meeting figures such as deceased relatives and spiritual beings. Not everyone who comes close to death reports such experiences, yet amongst those who do, the similarities are striking, far more consistent than we might expect if these accounts were simply imagined or invented. Long before modern research began to catalogue such reports, a top scientist and philosopher in the 18th century, Emanuel Swedenborg, experienced an extraordinary altered state of consciousness in which he said he could observe a hidden realm of spirits. His description bears a strong resemblance to the near-death experience reports. His encounters with the hidden spirit realm were experienced, he claimed, whilst his physical body remained in the ordinary world. And during this extraordinary state of consciousness, people watching him have noted that he would at times appear withdrawn, as if absorbed elsewhere. Yet he could be roused and he could converse as usual. His housekeeper reported entering his room when he was apparently out of this world in an altered state, although he could respond to her when spoken to. He described a hidden realm, one he called the spiritual world, a dimension of reality. In this, he was in the company of others whom he termed spirits, speaking and listening as in everyday life, though not through physical senses. Much later, psychology researcher Kenneth Ring once remarked, "Near-death experiencers have had a glimpse through the doorway into the afterlife. Swedenborg explored the whole house." One striking feature of the near-death experience accounts is the environment in which they unfold. After passing through transitional spaces, the individual reaches what is described as vivid landscapes, lush green meadows, rolling hills, stunning gardens with a wide diversity of flowers. Experiencers often note that these environments are perfect, with no signs of human pollution, no broken branches of trees, no natural decay showing. Swedenborg observed that when dead people first arrive in this hidden realm, some do not even realize they have died, because the surroundings appear a bit familiar. But he reports that these scenes are not permanent and they're not physical. Instead, everything seen in the hidden realm is said to be instantly created to correspond to the inner states of those experiencing them. So, beautiful landscapes reflect, say, qualities of kindness and good sense. But when such good characteristics are lacking, then the scene will be different, to mirror this perhaps, instead showing, well, perhaps ugly features. A brilliant and warm light is frequently the central feature, though. It may permeate everything, making the landscape itself feel like it's composed of living light. Some experiencers described advanced architectural structures or cities of light that appear to be made of radiant energy rather than of physical matter. Also, they describe colours as more vibrant than any seen on Earth. Swedenborg discovered that light and colour in this realm of consciousness are both real and symbolic. His explanation is that splendid and brilliant colours, such as those seen in rainbows and flowers and clothes, they arise from divine light. The light is the light of wisdom and understanding. Colours are modifications of this spiritual source, and so represent different inner qualities of people according to the state of heart and mind they are in. The beauty and variation of light is so great that there are even colours not found in our world at all, apparently. Near-death experiencers who happen to be blind, and including people blind from birth, were studied. Many could see things in the near-death experience. Was this because, as Swedenborg said, that sight is not in the eye because the eye is merely the organ, but sight is in the mind that sees? Near-death experiencers often describe the location they're in as existing outside of the normal flow of time, where past, present and future appear to coexist or vanish entirely. And many report a sense of being at one with the entire environment and having access to universal knowledge that feels uncommunicable once they return. A truly ineffable experience. Swedenborg said that although there seems to be an appearance of time in the spiritual world, time is fundamentally different. This is because it is not measured by physical movement, as it is in this world, but rather by changes of a person's inner state. And for him, the spirit world follows psychological rather than physical laws. For example, when someone is in a state of happiness and delight, time seems short. But when there is little delight, time seems long. Thus, time in the hidden realm is actually nothing but a quality of state, a quality of state of mind. Now, according to Swedenborg, there is in addition an alteration in the sense of space. So movement appears instantaneous. One thinks of a place and there one is. Some describe wishing to approach distant figures only to find themselves suddenly amongst them. In such accounts, distance is governed not by physical separation, but by thought or intention. Psychological laws, not physical laws. Interestingly, similar experiences are not confined to moments close to death. Out-of-body experiences, for example, can occur in other personal contexts. Swedenborg himself described such states as a kind of separation of awareness from the body, a different mode of perception, not dependent on the physical senses. This is possible sometimes, he says, because the spirit world is all around us. So, given how Swedenborg describes the hidden realm, it's not surprising that near-death experience studies find that memories of near-death experiences are often more vivid and more emotionally powerful than ordinary memories, and that those who undergo them are typically convinced of their reality, regardless of how they later might interpret them. Now, I wonder how you are thinking about all of this. I see the near-death experience as a glimpse of a hidden dimension of existence, one that we are not ordinarily aware of, but which becomes accessible under extreme conditions. Another interpretation locates the near-death experience within the brain itself, under conditions of what is said to be extreme stress, then lack of oxygen, trauma, or disruption to normal brain function occurs. And then it is suggested the mind may generate vivid and structured experiences. Now, at root, the difference between the scientific and the spiritual interpretation does reflect a deeper philosophical question. Are we simply biological organisms, so that awareness only arises as a byproduct of brain activity? Or, and I believe this myself, are we more than our bodies? So our consciousness is something that uses the brain rather than being produced by it. Whether we understand near-death experiences as products of the brain under stress or as glimpses of something beyond it, they do raise profound questions about awareness, about perception, and about the nature of reality itself. And for those who experience them, they're not abstract puzzles, but events that can transform how life and death are understood. Now, in this video, I have pointed out that there is a remarkable consistency in near-death experience reports from people from different countries and different times. I've mentioned Emanuel Swedenborg, a top scientist who had an extraordinary altered state of consciousness. I've spoken about the natural beauty of the near-death experience landscape, reflecting the good character of the people seen there. I've mentioned Swedenborg's explanation that the vivid colours in the near-death experience are modifications in the light of wisdom, and time is due to psychological rather than physical laws, as is appearance of space and distance. Out-of-body experiences also occur in other contexts, and I think that's due to what Swedenborg said. There is actually an all-pervading reality of the spirit world all around of us. It's not obvious to us, and most people cannot see it until after their death. Thanks for listening to me, and if you have been interested, why not give me a like and offer a comment? It encourages YouTube to show this video to a wider audience. And if you're interested in another of my videos about the afterlife called Will I Still Be Me in an Afterlife? You can click the link right now.